There are evenings when everything seems finished, when the body is tired and has already laid down, yet the mind still refuses to stop. Not because something huge happened during the day, and not exactly because of a clear sadness, but simply a heavy feeling that is hard to name. It is like a thin cloud, not thick enough to cover the whole sky, but enough to dim the moonlight. People are used to living outwardly. During the day, we worry about work, family, responsibilities, and the image we hold in other people's eyes. We get used to having to be okay, having to be strong, having to carry things. And then at night, when no one needs our answers and nothing demands immediate attention, the mind begins to speak. Thoughts that were quietly suppressed all day start to rise, not loudly, not violently, but persistently. Some lie there with eyes closed, yet familiar questions keep appearing. Have I done enough? Am I falling behind others? Did I do something wrong? Is all my effort enough? These questions don't need answers right away, yet their repetition exhausts the mind. In the spirit of Buddhist teachings, suffering doesn't always come from major events. There are subtle, ordinary forms of suffering that arise simply because the mind never truly rests. When the mind is constantly pulled away into comparison, expectation, self-blame, then even if the body is still, rest is never complete. The Buddha pointed out that people do not suffer because life is too heavy, but because we carry too many unnecessary things in the mind. Like a traveler on a long road, if they carry luggage they do not need, then even a short path will make the shoulders ache. Night is the time to set that luggage down. No need to solve anything, no need to conclude, no need to understand everything. Just allow yourself to pause. Just allow the mind to stop holding itself so tightly. Perhaps you are listening to these words in a familiar room. Perhaps the lights have softened and the outside noise has faded. Or perhaps you are lying there, body exhausted, while the mind still wanders. If so, please do not blame yourself. A restless mind is not a sign of weakness, it is a sign that you have been trying for too long. The Buddha did not teach that we must be strong at all times. He did not teach that we must erase emotions to be spiritual. He gently reminded us, when you see suffering, stop and look deeply. Look not to judge, but to understand. Your breath right now is a simple refuge. You don't need to breathe in any special way, no need to force deep inhalations or follow a pattern. Simply know that you are breathing in and know that you are breathing out. That is enough. When we stop trying to control, the breath naturally returns to its own rhythm. Like water, if we do not stir it, it will settle on its own. There are things we carry to bed without realizing. A sentence that irritated us but was never spoken, something unfinished that leaves a quiet ache, a comparison we didn't notice that made the heart sink. We carry them like a small stone in a pocket. In daytime it feels light, but when we lie down, the stone reveals itself. Buddhism does not demand that we throw everything immediately. Letting go is not a forceful act. Sometimes letting go is simply placing something down, gently. Not because it isn't important, but because right now your mind needs rest first. Not everything must be solved in one night. Not every question needs an answer immediately. Some things can simply sleep beside us, so that in the morning, when the mind is calmer, we may look again with different eyes. Perhaps there is still a worry about tomorrow, a responsibility, a payment, an uncertainty. The Buddha did not teach us to escape responsibility, but he taught us to distinguish between what must be done and what does not need to be carried into sleep. Sleep may not solve every problem, but a lack of sleep will make every problem heavier. So allowing yourself to sleep peacefully is also an act of wisdom. Some people think that if they stop worrying, they are being irresponsible. But when the mind is already exhausted, continuing to worry only drains what little energy remains. The Buddha taught that the mind is like a lamp. If the oil is running out and you still force it to burn brightly, it will go out sooner. Tonight, you do not need to prove anything. You do not need to look fine. You do not need to remind yourself to be strong. You only need to be a human being who is tired and needs rest. If an old memory suddenly appears, do not rush to chase it away. Memories do not appear for no reason. They often signal something in the mind that has not been heard. But listening does not mean digging deeply right now. Sometimes it is enough to let it pass, like watching a cloud drift across the night sky. The sky does not need to do anything for clouds to leave. They come and they dissolve. Your body may begin to feel heavier. That heaviness is not more exhaustion, it is relaxation. When the muscles stop tightening, when shoulders stop holding, when the jaw releases, gravity becomes a support. The bed, the floor, the space around you are all doing their part, so you no longer have to hold yourself up. There is a real peace in realizing that right now you do not need to become someone else. You do not need to be better. You do not need to improve. You only need to be here, fully, with the breath you have.
The Buddha taught that peace does not mean life has no storms, but that the mind is not swept away by storms. Night is a perfect time to practice this, not through thinking, but through allowing. Allow yourself to be tired. Allow yourself to stop. Allow yourself not to understand everything yet. Sleep is not something you must fight for. It comes when conditions are ready. And one of the most important conditions is a gentle release within the mind. Sometimes we think we are only thinking a little, and that little stretches into the whole night. The mind becomes a narrow road. If we keep walking without knowing how to stop, eventually we forget where we began and what we were even searching for. Only fatigue remains. In Buddhism, there is something soft yet profound. Not every thought is trustworthy. Thoughts are not truth. Thoughts are simply phenomena arising. Sometimes they are right, sometimes wrong, sometimes only echoes of worry, defense habits, or unsettled memories. Yet because we are used to believing thoughts, every time one arises, we feel we must follow it. But we can learn to see thoughts like leaves floating on water. The leaf drifts, and we do not need to jump in to catch it. We do not need to run along the shore watching until it disappears. Just know it is drifting and return to where you are. If you are still awake, feel something very simple. Your body is being supported. A real support is here. Your back, your shoulders, your arms, your legs may be touching the bed, the pillow, the blanket. That contact reminds you that you are in the present. The present does not demand you solve the past. The present does not force you to control the future. The present only asks you to breathe. There is something strange. The more we try to sleep, the harder it becomes. The more we try to make the mind quiet, the more it resists. Like trying to hold water in a tight fist, the tighter we squeeze, the more it escapes. But when we open the hand, water naturally rests there. So tonight, instead of saying, "I must sleep," try a softer sentence, "I am allowed to rest." Rest does not have to mean sleeping immediately. Rest can begin with stopping the battle against yourself. If you are worrying about tomorrow, remember, tomorrow has not arrived, and when it does arrive, you will face it better if you are restored tonight. Not because sleep makes problems vanish, but because with a rested mind, problems stop looking bigger than they are. When the mind is tired, everything feels huge. When the mind is calm, many things naturally shrink. In life, some suffering is not because we have nothing, but because we keep thinking we are not enough. Not good enough, not fast enough, not successful enough, not lovable enough, not recognized enough. Those words, not enough, are like small hooks that can carry heavy burdens. The Buddha taught contentment not so we stop trying, so we stop punishing ourselves. Contentment is appreciating what is here while still moving forward, yet moving with a soft mind, not with tension, not with fear. Maybe you have experienced this. In the daytime, you can laugh and talk normally, but at night you feel heavy. Heavy with things unsaid, heavy with what you keep inside. We often think silence is because we don't want to burden anyone, but sometimes silence is simply how we carry too much alone until the mind has no room to breathe. In the compassion of Buddhism, compassion is not only for others. Compassion is how we treat ourselves. Compassion toward yourself means not forcing yourself to be okay all the time, allowing weak days, admitting that some nights you are not calm, and that does not mean you are broken. It only means you need rest. If you feel tension inside, try releasing it in one very small place: the forehead, the eyes, the jaw that is unconsciously clenched. Release just a little. That small release is like opening a crack in a door. When the crack opens, air enters. Peace is the same. It does not need to be manufactured by effort. It only needs us to stop shutting it out. Some people live their whole lives with the habit of having to do it right. Right for others, right for expectations, right for a good image. In daytime, they can hold it together because there is distraction. But at night, when nothing covers it, that habit becomes invisible pressure. They replay conversations, criticize themselves, imagine scenarios that haven't happened. But night does not need a courtroom. Night does not need a report. Night does not require you to prove you deserve rest. You already deserve it, because rest is not a reward. Rest is a natural human need. If something in the past still hurts, try seeing it differently. You, on that day, did the best you could with the understanding you had then. No one can act with today's wisdom while living in yesterday's conditions. We often use today's light to blame yesterday's darkness and hurt ourselves. In Buddhism, contemplation is not for condemnation, it is for understanding, so the heart softens, so we stop tying knots around ourselves. If a what if appears, you do not have to push it away. Simply notice, my mind is saying what if, then return to the breath. What if cannot change the past, but gentleness toward yourself can change how you enter tomorrow. Imagine your mind as a room. All day you open the door to let everything in: voices, messages, pressure, expectations, fear, plans, but you rarely clean. At night, the room feels crowded, and you realize you no longer have space to sit quietly. Cleaning does not have to mean solving everything. Cleaning can simply mean placing things down.
You can place them down with one gentle sentence inside. Not now. Not now to analyze. Not now to answer. Not now to worry about everything. Not now does not mean avoidance.
It means choosing the right time. Night is for recovery. In the morning, when the mind is clearer, you will know what to do. Here is a simple practice for lying in bed. Each time you breathe out, imagine you are setting something down. You don't need to name it precisely. Just imagine setting down. Setting down the day that has passed. Setting down the unsaid words. Setting down comparisons. Setting down fear. Setting down even the belief that you must control everything. With each exhale, set down a little more. No rush, no achievement, just gently repeating. You will notice that thoughts still come, but if you don't feed them, they grow weaker. Thoughts are like a small flame. If you blow on it with attention, it grows. If you stop blowing, it fades. If you are listening and the words begin to drift away, that is a good sign. You don't need to hold on. You don't need to understand everything. These words are not for you to remember. They are for you to be allowed to let go. And if you still haven't fallen asleep, that is okay. Lying still, breathing evenly, not resisting, this is already a deep kind of rest. Some nights, that kind of rest is enough to help the body recover, calm the nervous system, and make tomorrow lighter. You do not need to win sleep. You only need to stop fighting rest. If you want to offer yourself a wish before drifting off, try one simple line. May I be at peace. May I be lighter. May I be able to rest. No need for anything elaborate. No need for formality. Just sincerity. And if your eyelids are getting heavy, let them be heavy. Don't force them open. Don't check the time. Don't ask, "Am I asleep yet?" The more you check, the more the mind wakes up. The less you check, the more sleep finds its way in. Tonight, you are allowed to stop. Allowed not to finish everything. Allowed not to be perfect. Allowed to sleep peacefully, like a person who has lived through a long day and has done their best.